Hey guys, what's up? I'm Not a Dude and my name's not Jude, but today I will be bringing you an album review, and this will be on Devil Wears Prada's 5th studio album, 8/18. The release date for this album is September 17th of this year, obviously. And they are a metalcore band that kind of fit into that genre. Some people consider them still post-hardcore. I consider them more metal than metalcore, but that's just me. Now, as you know, if you haven't known before, I'm a big Devil Wears Prada fan. Their last release was actually in my top albums of 2011, and I loved that album to death. Dead Throne was an amazing album, so heavy, and I think that album was a pivotal change for the whole band and their sound, because they stepped more away from the hardcore scene and really got more into some heaviness, more metal, melodic metal kind of stuff. So I really dug the Dead Throne album. Gloom is the first song on this album, and the title fits the song well due to the eerie, gloomy intro of the synths. It has really hard, edgy guitars that really drive this song forward. I really also love the cool, small breakdowns that the guitars and synths both add to the song. It's overall a great intro track that gives a feel of the album instrumentally. The next song is Rumors, which starts with a really heavy breakdown that is surprisingly different than your typical breakdown from metal, metalcore, hardcore, etc. I love how the screams come in and give it more of a harder edge. The clean vocals really drive the chorus, and they're the main focus really of the song, and they're very catchy and melodic. And this song was probably one of my favorites on the album just because of how catchy it was and how cool the breakdowns really were. First Sight is an awesome song. The guitars are really crazy and super fast paced with crazy finger tapping like you hear in a lot of metal. I love how you can feel the desperation in Mike's screams in this song. The clean vocals and the screams pretty much go back and forth during the chorus, and it gives you a cool comparison of both different types of vocals. And I really love this song too, just because of how awesome it was, mostly because of the screams. War is the next song on this album, and it has a strong instrumental intro that's full of dynamic. Has different type of clean vocals in it by somebody in the band or maybe a guest vocalist. I don't think it's a guest vocalist because there was none on this album as far as I know, but I think it's somebody else in the band that's doing the clean vocals at the beginning. I don't know who it is, or maybe it's just Jeremy with a completely different type of singing. I don't know who does the clean vocals in that part of the song, but if somebody knows, can they please comment down below and tell me? But anyways, it's surprisingly different when you hear these clean vocals. They're a lot more soft, calm, they're really soulful, whereas Jeremy's vocals are a little bit more high. This song pretty much to describe it is like an emotional roller coaster from the way Mike screams to the instrumentals in the song. Dynamically, you'll hear sometimes piano, very soft quietness, then you'll hear Mike screaming as well as really hard energy guitars. It also uses a lot of piano with the guitars and drums to add this heavy sorrow type ballad thing that you can hear in most hardcore metal music. I love the end when Mike screams and there's just no instrumentals and he keeps repeating "Will I ever forgive myself" over and over again, and then the song kind of just ends. I love that. I think it was really cool. The next song is the self-titled track 8/18. The guitars in this have a completely different change of pace. They're way more relaxed, not heavy at all, but they still add screams as well as cleans in this song, which is what I really liked, because it wasn't a heavy song, but yet it still had this screaming in it. I love how different this song is, everything about it from the screams to the cleans, and the instrumentals are very subtle at times. This song may be very short, clocking in at only 2 minutes and 11 seconds, but it was different compared to everything else, and that's what I really loved about this song. Sailor's Prayer is track 6, and the screams come in really in your face, full of energy and emotion, as well as the clean vocals. The guitars are very crunchy, they're very heavy, and towards the end, everything kind of fades out. Caremore has these really interesting sound effects that lead into clean vocals from that, again, different clean vocalist guy. I don't know who it is, but it's driving me nuts that I don't know who sings in this. It's really slow, then it breaks into screams and with guitars and drums. It seemed like they had a really cool idea for this song, but it fell apart because it was a little too boring, and the wow factor of adding the heaviness with the screams in it didn't really do a lot for me. The next song on this album, which was the first song released ever from the band regarding this album, is the song Martyrs. It's probably the heaviest song on the whole album. The guitars act on the growls wonderfully, and the lyrics are rooted in a dark place. They're very hateful, brash, but they're also sophisticated and heavily contagious, and they really do get stuck in your head once you hear them. This song helps you really keep interested in the album. The next track is Black and Blue. There wasn't really anything interesting about this song, so I think I'm going to skip it and not go into so much detail about it because I really didn't have an opinion on this song. It's Transgress. This song has a really cool vibe. It's not so much heavy, and I like how one guitar is really chill and calm and relaxed, and the other guitar is really heavy. They're both doing different things, but they have a perfect balance. There's also a cool breakdown with synths and keys and guitars and really strong drumming. I love how it's added into the song. The screams transition nicely from different types of screams and growls to more high-pitched, like as yelling and gang vocal type things. The next track is number 11, which is actually the 11th track on this album, which is kind of funny. I didn't even realize that till now, honestly. Wow, that's kind of sad. The first couple of seconds, you get this feel of like you're in a ghost town. It's very creepy, eerie feeling. It's really weird. It's kind of scary in a sense. And then I love how the drums come in and they're really pounding, really fast paced, but they're really tight and right on tempo. I think the drumming on this song is the best on the whole album. This song really does showcase Daniel's drumming a lot. It's great. It's really tight on this album. Home for the Grave is another song that the band released, as well as Martyrs. I love the guitar in this. It has so much sustain, but at the same time it has crazy finger tapping. I love how the clean vocals come in with some great lyrics. Someone who's new to Devil Wears Prada would probably love this song. It has a really good balance of melodic vocals as well as really harsh screams. The last track on this album is In Heart. Musically, this song is really up and down. It has a slow tempo, then changes quickly into the fast-paced heavy tempo. I really do love the clean vocals on this song because they really do showcase Jeremy's range in singing. It shows how he can really hit those high, long notes during the chorus. Overall, I really enjoyed this album. It really keeps you energized. It's really interesting, and it's not your basic, boring, kind of plain cut, dry metalcore album with those boring breakdowns and boring guitar riffs. This album had so many different cool things going for it, from the drums to the guitars to even the bass at times, as well as the awesome, powerful lyrics and the great screams from Mike, which I've always loved because they're so unique and different. In my opinion, I don't think this album is personally better than Dead Throne, but I do like it a lot, and it's really a close second. Dead Throne was a great album to me because it just felt like one whole piece. It transitioned nicely from song to song, and this album kind of does the same thing. But there was a few songs that I didn't think were amazing or substantial. I thought they were just okay, whereas on Dead Throne I loved every song on the album. But overall, Devil Wears Prada did it again and made a really great metal heavy record, and I think it's overall an awesome album. And I'd have to give for my rating for this album a 9.7 out of 10 because it was awesome. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this album review, and peace.
I'm not angry anymore, well, sometimes I am. I don't think badly of you, well, sometimes I do.